What is API? API or Application Program Interface is a set of functions and procedures allowing the creation of applications that access the features or data of an operating system, application, or other service. So to simplify things, it basically means I will write a code with a specific function, let's say a new encryption algorithm, and I will provide an API so that anyone could use its function, but they will not be able to see my code. A basic example of this is the operating system. It provides a lot of low-level stuff that we can use, such as Win32 API, User32 API, and many more. So today, we will create a simple payment API. So let's say we have a business payment system. We will provide to our clients an API so that they could process the payment of their customers. So in our diagram, we have clients, ABC Corporation, XYZ, and NOP. So they have transactions, and their transactions will go through our API. Then the API's job is to save the transaction in our database. And in our payment system, we can view the details of the transactions. So to start, let's query our database. And we already have also a form and data grid here for the payment system. And we already assigned the data property name for each column. But when we check the code, it's still empty. So now let's create a method to load the data. So first, the connection string. Mantext. Let's just add some references. So connection. And SQL data adapter. Then next is the data set and data table. So we will fill or load the data to the data set. Then copy its value to the data table. And now let's assign it to the form load event. Also on the refresh button. So let's test. So there you go. But let's just fix some data grid view properties. So allow user to add rows false and allow user to delete rows also false. and edit mode to edit programmatically. So much better looking. So let's just close this one, and we will now proceed on our creation of our API. So it's a class library project. Let's just rename the class, and we will create a method or a function to process the payment. So first, the connection string. And the command text. Let's just add a SQL client, connection, and command. Let's just set the command. And the saving of the transaction. So on the let's just add a try finally. So on the finally, we will make sure to close the connection and set the parameters of the command. So basically, when the client access this API, they just need to call this method and supply the parameters. And it will also return if the transaction is successful. So let's build, and it is done. So on release. So lastly, we will be working on the subscriber of the API. So as you can see, it is ABC Corporation payment form. So basically our client. So let's just check the code. So it is empty. So let's start the code now. But first, let's add the reference to the API. So let's just add the namespace. So let's just first fix the event for the cancel. And for the pay button. So we will instantiate the class from the API. and we will just call the method. So there you go. So let's just add a message. And we will just clear the controls. So let's just build. Oops. So let's also open our payment system. So when our client process transactions, so let's say someone pays on them, so we can view it. There you go.